We're live.
Hey
Hi.
y'all, we're live. And I'm trying to put an earring in, but I can't get in.
Yarnigan said hi.
Hey,
So let's go through who has been.
start from the top.
I will. Debbie.
Hey
Hello.
Debbie.
Hello. And then I see Jamie B.
Hey
Hello.
Jamie.
And no money G. G. That's
Hey.
Then I see Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hey Ashley.
And then we see Teresa. And then
Hey
my
Teresa.
my chat
Who?
my chat went away. I was like, okay.
Like Teresa was the last person.
Okay. So,
All right, Jamie. Jamie. Yeah, Jamie. Teresa. Jennifer. How do you put nails in with earring in with nails?
you got to find the hole.
I'm trying.
The hole. One. Yay.
I can't.
Today I feel like two.
I'm gonna be one earring.
But
Hey, Ann.
and hello.
I got one earring. And now
Goodness.
it hurts because I've been poking and
Greg said too. Yes, number two. The second place. The number two. Why did they call the duties number two? That's what I want to discuss. No.
the things we discuss on this channel.
We
All right, I'm gonna
we
let my
say
ear rest a minute.
if the dogs do a 1 and a 2, we say they did a 3.
Well, mine never do a 3 because it's always one or the other. She can't do them both at the same time.
My Trixie, I had her trained. She would take 5 steps, do a 1, take 2 more steps, and do a 2. And I was like,
good.
it was so fantastic. But she's gone. She's gone to the little doggy toilet in the sky. Sad.
1 is not as gross as 2, says Greg.
Except when it's on a rug. And then, quite
yes.
frankly, a nice dried number 2 is easier to do.
Right. Well,
no.
Bella will do number 2 and take a step and do number 2 and take a step and do more number 2. Hi, Brittany.
Brittany. Aw. Hi, Brittany. We miss you.
1 is the loneliest number.
Oh, and then my dog, that's a Roxy barking that Tony left the house. Roxy! Come here. Now you can see
Come here.
Come here.
Oh, that was that Jersey. Come here.
I don't have Jersey. This is the Bronx.
Oh, it might be.
Well, yeah. Roxy! Norton! Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can always kind of, it all comes out. I can try to modulate and not talk with an accent.
You know what? I'm taking them both out because I can't put the other one in.
Oh my gosh. I used to just feel for the back of the hole and then try to. It helps when I look though. If I actually have glasses on, if I don't
now, this one just flips down and hooks into the back, but I'll find me a pair that I could just pop in without having to hook anything. Because now my ear is all red.
What's that noise?
I don't know. What is the noise?
Oh, I hope he's not like tilling things with things that power tools. He's probably sitting in the next room saying, "What the fuck?" And it wasn't him at all.
So my phone says, on my computer says it's 68 degrees. It feels like it's about 88 already.
Wow. I don't know, it looks pretty. It looks pretty out. The sun is in the window in front of me. So, and
it is pretty.
Your stomach. You can't believe you heard that. That was just.
It was Debbie's stomach. It wasn't Tony.
Everybody is doing stuff around the neighborhood. Like, I guess it like flipped from freeze warnings to next week is supposed to be in the coldest would be in the 40s, which is actually a good thing for spring around here. Oh, it's freezing this
morning? God, y'all.
Well, it might be. I didn't go out yet. I'm just sitting here. See, for me, this is a summer shirt. If it comes to my elbow, she's
very hot this morning.
Hey, that looks familiar. Did I send that to you?
Possibly. No, I think it was another one.
Are you sure? I had the same pattern.
No, it is the
Oh.
same pattern, but it's a different shirt.
Oh, because it
I
had
think. I
like,
don't know.
V-neck.
Anyway, this might be Suzy Woozy's shirt. I don't know.
It's just because it was mine doesn't mean I used it. It just means, you know, gray skies are gonna clear up. Hey,
Need smearings.
put on a happy face. Spring is totally sprung because my neighbor who lives in Florida in the winter is across the street. So,
Oh, cool.
I mean, that means he came back. It's not that cool. It's just the reality.
I hear you.
I don't know why they have snowbirdie kind of things. Quite frankly, if I had a nice place in Florida, why would I want to live up here again? It would just be like later.
Mm-hmm. Tell her back off of me. Back off. Thank you.
Anyway, I thought I found a house I liked yesterday.
Nice, but
what about it?
Where's the butt? Where's the butt?
There is a but. We looked at. Okay, it was around 400 grand, right? And then I'm looking at it, and I don't want to pay more than in the threes, really. Unless it's fantastic. I mean, it would have to be like, whoa, you know, like the best house of my life. So I did a statistical search of the area, and it said the average house price in that area is $74,000. And I said, maybe it's not the best. You really should, like, I mean, a lot of these areas have like a street that has nice houses on it.
Right.
But, you know, we were looking at it, and I go, I don't really, like, one of the bathrooms had like old, it like needed a renovation in a way, and they said the pool liner needs to be replaced. There was actually pool. And you know, and I feel like I don't even want a pool. So if I have to first start fixing up a pool and spending thousands on it, I don't know. Anyway, never mind. It was, I mean, I would live there. Then there's this website called Crime Stats or something, and
what?
It's called Crime Stats, and they compare the crimes to, you know, the national average, the average for your state, and then here's Norton's here. I can't see him. And, you know, I thought my neighborhood was not that good, but my neighborhood gets like an A minus, an A or an A minus. And a lot of the places we're looking at, we're getting like D's and F's, and I'm like,
oh wow.
Who knew?
That could be not good.
Yeah. Well, you know, apparently when the average income of an area is, I don't mean like, I don't.
You don't want a brand new house, Debbie.
We have neighborhoods with new homes. See, we have dogs, and we need a certain amount of space. 200s and 300s brand new. I mean, like, sometimes we're offered these brand new houses. I am so scared that, you know, what you think is going to be your view, or like somebody behind you, I'm going to be even mean now. I mean, she says that they're like senior places, but, you know, when I was looking around, sometimes, you know, if your backyard is short, like the next yard is right there, and if they have a swing set, it's like all day long you hear, and it's like, because my neighbors 2 houses down had their grandchildren over, and all I heard was a squeak noise. And I thought, at some point, I was like, I'm searching the neighborhood. I'm like, what is that noise? And then I realized that their swing set needed some silicone spray.
Well, you could have went knock and brought them a can of WD-40 or something.
This guy was very handy. These were the people that petitioned the neighborhood to put in a new garage, and it was like a 2-story garage with a porch. And I said, yeah, well, how is that car going to get up on that porch? I don't know. But it doesn't look like a garage to me. Yeah, 2-story. Beautiful. Beautiful. I would love to live in that garage. They probably have someone living in that garage, but whatever. Yeah. And then, you know, and then I'm seeing these houses, and they're like, oh, look at this fantastic house. It's been renovated. And then I'm like, it looks like a time capsule from 1961. You live in the boonies. I mean, like, so yeah, then there's there's like boonies where you're like so surrounded by trees, it makes me feel like claustrophobic and scared. Or there's boonies where you see like a mountain vista with like rolling hills, and I'm like, well, that's
Mhm.
really gorgeous.
Right. Stop it. Don't start.
You have a half
Sit.
acre. Yeah, like where I am, I don't even have a half acre, but I'm adjacent to some woods-ish, woodsy.
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody right behind me. And then there's the schoolyard, and it's the end of the schoolyard. So there's nobody there really. And around now, all you'll hear is like those aluminum bats hitting a ball for like a couple weeks, and then it stops. And they don't have like nighttime ball games or weekend ball games, so it's
Sorry.
not bad at all. This is actually, I would say, when I realized I was living in a sort of densely populated area, but I had like, if I go like this, it
No.
looks like,
No.
all these trees. It's nice. You could walk to a bus that goes into New York City or a train that goes into New York City. You could walk to like a convenience store, a diner. It's it didn't feel like I was coming from New York City. And the very, very first house
Suzy,
I
I
looked
need to
at,
bring her back out. I'm sorry.
all right, the first house I looked at was
Come
a
on.
farm adjacent. And the property went like down and then up, and it had a barn. And I thought, I don't know if I could stand, like, my neighbors across the street were llamas, my neighbors behind my house were cows. And then I thought, if I scream, who's going to come? But, now, given what I know, it was like 10 minutes from a fantastic shopping area. They would have been fantastic. But I didn't get it. And I'm here. That's that. I don't know. If I can sell my house and get the money that I put into it back, I'll be really happy. Yes, it's a lot of people saw that the prices in my area were like going up, up, up. And so just in the last week, a lot of the houses came up for sale. That's not really good for sellers, but we'll see. We will see. We will. I mean, it can't be worth like absolutely nothing. Somebody's gonna buy it. Somebody. So she left me here all by myself. All by myself. Oh, that was Norton. He just burped really loud. That's a burp. You're just a burp, buddy. Anyway, so how would you guys think of if you live on a street that's called Water Street and there's stream, a creek behind it, and it's like it's at an unshaded level 4 flood risk, which means the yard gets water? Would you do it? Just asking. The areas around here in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, it's like you can't go 5 feet without bumping into a pond, a creek, a lake, a river. Something's going to be wet. Or you could be at the top of the mountain and be like an hour and a half from Dogwood, which, as you're older, is not a good idea, I feel. You would avoid. Okay. There was a fantastic house, and it was like, I think it was a 9 or a 10 flood. And it was so, I've seen 2 properties that are fantastic. And one just sold, and it sold for like around 500,000. And I thought, these people, they're really counting on that not really being true. Yeah. So, Teresa, what are you doing today? Yeah, I mean, my house gets water in the back a lot, and it only came up during Ida. And I mean, given that, like, it seems scary to us, we got those, once we had the submersible pumps, I mean, the water left. It wasn't terrible. Invoices and shipping. But I mean, it wasn't, I don't think it was ever a threat to the main part of the dwelling. And a lot of people around here get watery. Like, when I moved here, I got puddles in my basement, and then it stopped, 100% stopped. But, something else started. So yeah, that's what happens when they build housing in basement. That's what happens when they build houses on a high water table, sort of swampy wetland. Shouldn't do it. And when I bought the house, I kept asking every, the insurances, and I go, "Is this flood?" And they're like, "No, your town has a flood zone near the river. You're off." I'm up in the farm. They call it a farm area. There's no farm, but maybe this is a very, very old revolutionary town, like one of the first incorporated towns since like the 1600s. So there was a big battle during the Revolutionary War, and we lost, but they still recreate it every year, which I find funny. And they called it a shade tree community. Well, we were looking in central Pennsylvania, and occasionally we see like new houses. But my husband's an architect, and he thinks that a lot of the ways they build new houses are like, he calls it like soul sucking, and like, they're not made well, really. I mean, I guess since we're old, we won't hopefully notice. But I mean, a lot of they use like materials that he knows are not going to last more than 20 years, and it's just sad. So, like, quite frankly, yeah, and he doesn't want to live like in it. I don't want to live in an area either. Like everything, he designed a couple of areas like that, like where he got told, well, we'll make it different because we'll put the porches, like we'll put one porch on the left and one porch on the right, or we'll reverse the like chimneys, or maybe we'll make the entrance very different. But like they're really the same. They're all on the inside. So, kind of. And I showed him a house last night, and he says, "Let me guess. This is from the year 2000." And then we looked it up. It was from 99. He goes, "Yeah, it had that vibe." Well, we're using a realtor. Unfortunately, our realtor is in an area, and we're looking in an area now that's like 3 hours away for him. I think he goes, I said, "Oh, I keep saying, when are you going to quit us?" And he said, "I'm like $1,000 a guess into you buying a house. I'm not going to quit you." And I'm like, but that we also, it's not as easy as looking for. I mean, like if I say I want to see 4 houses in this other in the area far away from him, it might take him 3 or 4 or 5 days to get the whole thing rolling, and by then the houses could be done. Yeah, I mean, I keep I keep saying, like, we don't, if it has a usable attic or and a usable basement or an out, like a garage with a second story or some kind of outbuilding, we don't need a house bigger than kind of like my house, but with just that extra thing, like that extra storage.
Debbie says she's only planning on 20 years.
Well, that's the other thing.
Debbie.
I keep saying, like, well, if I go by the stats of my family, I got 10 years. But, I mean, and then what if I make it a few more? There's no way to like 100% know.
When it's your time, it's your time.
Right. I mean, because you could say, like, I got really strong genetics on both sides, and unfortunately, you could slip and fall.
Or you can be like my mom. She says she's too mean to die, so.
My grandmother was that way. But she lived to 92, so she didn't really, I think once she hit like 89, 88, she was like a little bit.
My mom says she's going to be over 100. Well, her aunt was 104.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, in the actuarial charts, like where they could just predict, if you do make it to a certain age in your 80s, then they say that, well, at that point, there's a good chance you could go more.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I went on the Social Security website, and they have actuarial charts, and they're saying if you make it to 62, the odds are that you're going to make it to 82.
Right.
And if you make it to 65, it might be like 84.
Right. Oh, Debbie, I love metal roofs when the rain comes down. When Garrett and I first,
Hi.
oh wow, and when Garrett and I first got married, we lived in a mobile home, and I used to love it when it rained. Not stormed because then I got scared, but when it rained and the rain on the tin roof.
Well, they make new metal roofs that aren't really, they're not that tinkly, if you know what I mean. Like they have insulation and they're thicker than those, but they're fantastic. They last a really long time. I'm pretty sure if we got one of those, we wouldn't have to worry about them.
Mm-hmm. I grew up in like an old shotgun house, so
Wow.
well until I was 11, and you can hear everything. My dad was able, the TV flipped, and he used to stomp on the floor, and it would fix the TV. Hi, Joyce. And when we moved into our new house, he almost broke his foot because he stomped on the cement floor. Couldn't fix the TV that way.
I can't tell you how many times, like, how we would fix things was like turning it on and off or hitting it.
Right?
So many times.
Oh, cool. That's nice, Anne.
That is nice. Why are you crying?
I have a migraine coming on.
Not you. Mr. Norton is here. And he's crying. Why are you crying?
Oh, well, the reason it took me so long is because Bella thought she can catch the mosquito hawks on the clothesline or the shadow of the bird passing over.
Somebody did a video of a dog that's kind of like Roxy, and she went out running and she kept looking up, and they said she was trying to catch the moon. My Trixie, my first dog, used to she would always be staring at the moon and the sun. As the sun was setting, she would like watch it. And I'm like, they say it burns your eyeballs?
Right.
Okay.
That's cool, Anne. Joyce, did I say hello? Hello, Joyce.
Joyce.
Yeah, I remember that. Remember that? It was a big thing. Joyce.
Vertical hand.
Oh my God, y'all.
Hey, baby, come here. Come here. Come up on my lap if you're going to be around here.
I have one eyelash.
Come here.
One side of my eyes. And my eyelashes drag on my glasses. And I always have this smudge going straight up and down my eyeglasses.
It's my buddy. Say hi to my dog.
No. Hey, Norton.
No? I'm like, why not?
Everybody say hello to Norton.
Norton, look at the screen. Say hi.
I have Brenda. I put Brenda on yesterday. Hey, Steph.
Hi.
Sean goes, oh, Mom, take it off.
Norton's head is the biggest head of a dog. His whole body, when I got him, was the size of his head.
I'm going to check that out right after.
It's a funny dog.
Debbie, can you put the link in? Because I might watch it while we watch it.
A green tinsel wig, huh? Oh, thanks. Come here, Nord. Come on. You're so disobedient. Come on. Come on. Yes. Yes. Oh,
they're telling Norton.
Good boy.
All right, there's the link to Debbie's green tinsel.
It's so nice to have a friend who doesn't talk back.
Mine talk back. And Norton talks back. Stop it.
He actually bosses. Hi, Robin. He bosses Tony around a lot.
Hey, Robin.
I just want to say thank you, Todd, Silver Hair Stacker.
We hear that. What are you doing? Are you showing Debbie?
That's it. Just a teak, because y'all got to go see it.
But we'll turn the volume down so we don't hear it.
And now I have to lip read.
You could watch it after.
Well,
like everybody else.
Debbie. She's being
You don't
mean.
want people leaving us to go watch it. Come on.
She's being mean. I know, Robin.
Hello.
Next time.
Oh, Robin, were you in the area?
See, she said I had permission to play it. I could have held it up.
I know. All right. Well, if you want to play it, we'll be ready and be able to listen. How long is it, Debbie?
I know that hair looks beautiful.
I-
You could be ready for Mardi Gras.
Oh, she likes Mardi Gras kind of stuff, doesn't she? She said she likes
All you needed was
festivals
like
and
maybe
flashing and
some purple barrettes to go in it, and you'd have been ready, girl.
a couple of gold.
Ready like Freddie. Yep. Yep. Oh, I just channeled my inner Larry. Yep.
What happened to Larry? I haven't seen him.
Where's Larry, y'all?
What he did with? Hi. There's
Hey,
Jane.
Jenny.
Hey Jane, what? Don't cry for me. That's going to be very boring, everybody, Lorden.
Well, I found Brenda Marie's wig, so I brought it home, and I put it on, and Sean's like, "Mom, no," but I didn't realize Brenda
Four
had
fingers over your eyebrow, or the hairline looks really weird.
But Brenda had bangs, and I didn't realize, and they were so it was just a middle part. It was
Brenda does have bangs, or were they cut in?
No, she does. Well, they're like long, kind of graduated, like not beans.
A lot of those wigs look good with like a ski hat on them or something. Yeah, I think that's true, Brittany.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm supposed to be starting delivering food, but I haven't had time yet.
Did you get the card for it? I'm going closer.
Yeah, I did, and it's all set up. But they're probably going, huh? She never tries to do it or whatever. I don't know.
Still letting my hair grow out. I told them. Oh, there's Jennifer. Yay,
Jennifer. I know, Jennifer. I was sitting here and I'm like, oh, I put the wrong time. So I fixed it real fast.
Oh, look at Brittany out there.
The what?
Brittany says she's doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, Grubhub, and Instacart.
Yeah, well, I just did. So I used to do Instacart during the pandemic. So my husband and I both did it. And we would do it together. Actually, we'd pick things that were like close and we'd both go shopping and deliver. But so I re-signed back up because, I could use the extra cash. However, life continues to happen. So here's my new what I'm doing. So the man comes tomorrow to tell us exactly what we have to do. And
can I just interject? She's getting a renovation. So the man is the guy who's with the renovation.
Teresa, I got a man. Anyway, I got a guy. So the guy's coming tomorrow to say, hey, if he finds something extra that is not on the original plan and da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, so I am trying to clear out my shop tomorrow at noon.
Oh, okay.
So I told my husband I'm not going to be here.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
So anyway, so I invited this reseller I know to come in and everything she wants in my shop for $1. So, and is he? I don't know, Jennifer. I haven't seen him. But I'll ask Garrett.
That's important.
It is important. Maybe I'll just kind of say, "Ooh, if he's really hot, I'll stay. But if not, I'm like, ooh, I got an appointment. I got to leave."
That plumber I had.
It's just embarrassing. My house.
Tony's boiler was hot. Anyway.
Oh. Do tell. But anyway, so I'm meeting the girl again. She bought some stuff, and then she's coming back today. But I was hoping she'd buy everything. I'd have sold her everything in my shop for $300. Not a pool boy, no. Not a pool boy, Jane. And he probably doesn't. He's probably some big man with a big beer belly and
bend over crackle show.
Watch, he's going to probably be the hottest guy because he's a contractor, yeah. So, you working around the house, Robin? Robin, I'm disappointed we couldn't meet.
I had a plumber come that bent
plumber's crack, right, Jay?
You talk about the plumber crack? Oh my gosh. I was like, yeah. I said, what should I say something? And I said,
You should have just walked by and say crack kills.
Crack his wag. Wow.
Oh my God. So anyway, so the girl's coming back today, and she just like, she goes, well, I have this stuff in here in this bin. And I'm like, look, I told you $1 a piece. So it's $1 a piece. And she took some good stuff for $1 a piece. Like I don't want to say it on here, but
Don't say it. Don't say it.
So-
But like things with real name brand.
yeah.
That's
And so she's coming back today to get some more stuff. But look, for $300, I'd have told her to take everything. So, but she didn't.
she didn't.
So,
but it's
Glenn,
just
are you
coming by.
here? Chris, are you here? Do you want to go through my stuff and see what you want for $1 a piece? I got to get rid of stuff. She only took 29 pieces. So, anybody in this area, if you'd like, I have a lot of glass. I'm not going to lie. A lot of vintage Chris. Yeah, Chris. A lot of vintage Christmas ornaments.
So for $275, she'll give you the rest of her stuff.
Yeah, that's right. I'll subtract the $29.
Or okay, 207.
So I'll help you pack it. You can even have the banker boxes that some stuff is in. I can't give you my file
Those
cabinets.
worth like $6 anyway, right?
Yeah. So I told her, I said, you can't have my giraffes and you can't have my packing supplies. You know, and I said, I have one drawer.
He's here. Hey, Chris.
I'm doing you. Oh, you need to get rid of stuff. I know.
Hey,
No.
maybe you should bring.
I want to empty my shop. I took everything off of eBay last night except my jewelry
Okay.
and a couple little things that I know for sure they're here. Are you?
No.
No, not the booth. I want to focus on my booth, my 2 booths, and I don't know, in my auctions, because we've been doing a lot of auctions, and I don't know.
She's selling at auctions and she sells in a booth, but she finds eBay less
Right now it's very
stressful.
distracting. It's very stressful because I feel like I'm neglecting it. So I didn't close it. I took everything off except my jewelry. And then as I see that I have stuff here that I know where it's at, or I transfer it to an empty file cabinet at my shop, then I'll add it back in. I didn't delete them, but just me too, Debbie. It's like a love-hate relationship lately. And I don't know, but life is stressing me out right now.
Yeah,
So I just figured I'd take an eBay break, except those little jewelry, and you know, unless I find something fantastic that I want to put on eBay.
Well, you have to put stuff in storage, correct? And you have to put stuff that's in your house in where you're.
Yes, right. So I'm trying to just.
So everything's going to be up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing glass, Chris. Well, I will be doing some, but it's got to be really special glass for me to do from now on. So, just saying. I don't know if it's anything maybe Glenn might want. I don't know. There's this little couple that goes to a store that I go to. And I know they're resellers because they were looking at phone cases and they had our boxes. And I said, are y'all resellers? And they're like, yeah. I said, you going to list that? And they said, yeah. I said, don't. You're going to lose your eBay store. Do not list out of boxes. Or poppets, the brand poppets, or poop emojis.
But you know, the otter boxes, I sent you my spare one and I paid like $60 for that.
I know, I still have it.
Why are they so expensive when you?
Well, I can tell you a friend of mine had one and her husband rolled over her phone and it survived.
Well, I'm going to
just the otter box had scratches on it. So
I was putting this on my phone and I chipped the very edge of the glass and I said, well, that's no fun. But I mean, you can't see it with it assembled. But I kind of like, you know how you have to sometimes go, and I did that. And I'm like, oh, I really was like beside myself because this phone cost like my first 3 cars were like the price of this phone.
Tell me about it.
It was like insane.
Yeah, since vacation last year when I went on that cruise, I have not been listing on eBay like I should. I don't know. It's my fault. If I say my eBay is not going well, it is my fault. It's not eBay's fault. It is mine because I haven't been listing. So, and then my last sale I had, I mailed it late because I went to my shop to mail it and forgot it because my brain don't work. So I told Garrett something this morning, and when I finished telling him, I looked at him and I'm like, what did I just tell you? He shook his head and he goes, and I forgot again what he told me I said. That makes me want to cry.
Well,
am I getting dementia?
no, you're probably taking meds that are making your brain work in a
Did you hear
different way.
something?
Your recall is changing. I went off my antacid medicines, and I feel like I'm more clear in the head, and that almost makes no sense, but it's a fact.
Right.
Something about that medicine, I don't know. I'm not saying but I was literally feeling like I was, kind of foggy a lot. And then sometimes what you take really messes with you, especially if you're on more than one thing. You don't know what side effect is getting to you. And if you take, I even think if you take supplements, they can have an impact. That's me. I had a friend who was selling. She had all these old Matchbox cars, and she thought, "Oh, this is great. I'll put them on eBay." She was selling them, and then she's like, "I had to pay them $65." And I'm like, "Okay, so what's your problem?
Mm-hmm.
You made
Right.
money, didn't you?" It's like,
right.
People just don't.
I have some lighting equipment I need to sell. It's the big square lights on the stands and stuff with the light bulbs and
Yeah, do it on Marketplace. I agree with Jane. Etsy likes and appreciates vintage.
Yeah,
It's
they
true. When
do.
you see prices that people are selling things for.
But when I had things on Etsy and they'd say, "This is your traffic for the week," and 2 people visited my store, it's very disheartening.
Well, I had the same experience on eBay when I was saying, am I describing it so carefully that people are not plugging in every word? So I just like Christmas brooch, Christmas,
Right.
And I can't believe that one person. And then I tried pin, and then I tried jewelry. I tried all these different arrangements of the description, and it still said nobody looked at it. And I thought, I can't believe that, let's say in the several months leading up to Christmas, that nobody looked for Christmas jewelry.
Right. So I don't know. And the auction crowd is very different than the things I put on eBay. So look, maybe if I offered the auction crowd $1 a piece for stuff.
If you feel like you can do that, but like say it's not going to pay to send it unless you get a $5 box going, and you could handle having that all around, because that gets like confusing too when you start like having a big box for this one and big box for that one, customer number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then like all of a sudden your whole room is full of them.
Right.
But yes, I think that's good.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, Stephanie, she's going to contact you and show her dollar glasses.
Yeah, Stephanie, I'll mail you glass, honey. I'll give $1 a piece.
See, because like if you source in certain cities and it's like in all of the state of New Jersey, you're not even going to find dollars.
Well, I know here the cheapest glass, so if it's a set of 6, I'm paying $2 a piece for that glass. So I'm doing $12 for something I might not be able to get more than like 18 for. So, but yeah, $1. If anybody wants $1 glass, let me know what you're looking for. I probably have it. And
Yeah,
I mean, I know there's shipping involved. I don't know where you live, stuff, but
I think she lives in California.
oh, yeah.
But
Oh, all right, Deb.
all right, Deb. See over
Oh,
here.
okay. Glass here is like, but I haven't been buying it because it's so expensive. Well, expensive in my aspects because I used to get it so cheap and now I can't anymore.
I want to say that we have here a heavily populated area. So if you go on Facebook Marketplace, you'll find like furniture for very reasonable prices. But when I was checking out the marketplace for the places we were looking to move, everything was like top dollar or not even available. And I said to Tony, like, we should maybe, we need a coffee table. Maybe we should look before we go. He goes, I don't want to move it. And I said, but do you understand? It's going to be hard to find. There's no furniture stores.
Right.
And he goes, Wayfair. And I'm like, I don't want to buy things off Wayfair. I'd rather
It's not I don't think it's the quality, but I could be wrong.
But when you're buying, if I'm buying a sofa, I would love to sit in it or at least get reviews, honest reviews about it. But
for reviews, I still like if I get a sofa that has a very wide place to sit, like mom can't fit on it. It's like she has to start putting pillows behind her in order for her to bend at the knee.
I have to put pillows just because my back is bad, but like, yeah, I need a lot of lumbar support. But I was just thinking it's sometimes I see an antique, let's say wooden crate that's really cool, and they're saying they put legs on it to make it a coffee table. I'm thinking, I like that. That's interesting. It's unique.
Yeah.
Anyway,
you talking about the one we saw each other, Chris? I don't go there much because inside the store they're so expensive. I mean, in the back you get some deals, but lately it's been empty for the things I was looking for, But I just feel like if I focus more on the things for my booth, and right now, like a set of glasses is not going well. I mean, those do go well on eBay. Barware goes well on eBay because I used to buy a lot of barware. So if you have barware, like low ball glasses, high ball glasses, shot glasses, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I went one time, Chris, and I think I bought one thing.
Yeah, Jane, I'm happy to buy thrift store, rehome store, if I find stuff that I want. But I just know that everyone I've ever been to around New Jersey has had things. But when I went to Pennsylvania, we were looking in the mountains. The nearest stores were 45 minutes away, and there were no furniture stores. There were some Goodwill, but I'm like, where are they getting stuff? Because there's nobody around, really. The people just aren't there to be donating, I guess. Maybe I'm assuming. But I feel like
a lot of the thrift stores here, they got like presswood.
You could get a China shop. You can get a China cabinet for free. And you go to any of these, like, I hate to say it, but like these kind of less populated areas. I'm not going to call it hick or podunk, just, I was thinking it. When you go to the hick towns, they have like, thrift shop.
Yeah. Hey, Glenn, I was just talking about you. Glenn, if you're interested in some glass for $1 a piece, hit me up.
It would be a good way to support the channel.
I can do a video.
Help her clear out.
That's right.
She would sell a lot, like 90% of her inventory for $270.
Even the stuff here, I would bring over there to sell. And it's not all just like the stuff here is like figures and vases and stuff like that.
It was very liberating to
See,
donate.
Glenn says he has too much himself. So
Look, it was very liberating to donate it. I'll just say that. Once you get rid of it and it's not there anymore, it's like you feel like,
yeah,
oh, okay, yeah.
I know. I just feel like I have to do it for my sanity right now.
Well, if
And
you
then
have
I'll be
too
more
much,
selective in the things I buy. I don't know.
you don't.
It's just a time in my life that I need to make a.
Yeah, understood, and it's fine to do that. Just
Yeah.
if you have to get rid of it and donate it to a place that's you find worthy, maybe not Goodwill.
Yeah.
And use and saying you could use it as a tax write-off.
Yeah. I mean, I really could use some cash right now,
I get that.
but some of it I really don't want.
Yeah, if you really don't want certain things, put them in a box and put a folding table outside your shop. Oh, I was gonna say someone's parking in front of my house with a pickup truck. I think I'm related to him.
You related? Does he have a beard?
By marriage. He's my family now.
He's my family.
He is.
Are the dogs going crazy?
Not yet. But they will be.
Right.
Because
Right.
as soon as, all right, the security bongs on my iPad, and when they hear that bong, they all start getting insane.
That's funny.
Yeah, what happened? Oh, he's relocating the yard debris. It's yard debris pickup day.
Oh. Well, the garbage man here passed yesterday, and my garbage can is overfloweth.
And they
And-
didn't get it?
Oh no, I filled this up after. Well, nobody took the garbage out yesterday, so that was too,
Oh.
Plus the stuff I threw out last night.
So what should I do with the ends of my hair while I'm growing it out? Should I make it like pink? Purple?
I think, yeah, do an ombre. It's cool.
It's already ombre, just by natural. I told Tony, what do you think about this? And he said, I don't mind dark hair, and I don't mind the gray in the front. And I'm like, okay.
It's a good idea, Jane.
Yeah, I was watching that Clutterbug lady for inspiration because she said, when you get rid of a lot of the clutter, you first of all, you don't double buy stuff you already own, and second of all, it's emotionally like gratifying, and you feel
Right.
much more relaxed in your space. And go silver with low life. All right. Well, I was thinking about getting highlights, and then I thought maybe I should just get low lights, so I get used to it. Truthfully, I have in the bathroom. I have a colored temporary color kind of thing, but every time I put temporary color on my hair, it never leaves. So it turns it sort of like a reddish.
Stop.
I'm okay.
What do you want? It's Norton barking. Stop.
Norton.
What do you want? You want to get down? Go ahead if you want. Go. You want to get down? No.
I wonder when
Suzy's silent for a minute. Oh my God. She didn't have anything to say. No.
That's like, what finger am I going to reveal?
Oh, yeah, right. You don't want kitchen sink hair, right? It's a look. It's really a look.
Is there? Well, my professionals, I feel, have not watched as many hair cutting videos or coloring videos as I. Oh, she's saying I would cut it.
Oh,
Or
it'll all
go
end up in the sink. Yeah. Well, but
know,
this you could tell sometimes when people. But I used to do mine.
I'm gonna say that if I'm making, I can't actually. I don't want to use dye that has color. When I would bleach my hair out, I don't get a reaction. But when I used the last time I did, like a reddish box dye, my skin peeled off my head, and I'm like, that's not right.
So good.
No, it was not good. So
Getting
I'm
peeled
like,
off my head.
that's the end of that. So that's why I said to you, I'm not doing my roots anymore, but I
Uh-huh.
still appreciated the highlights. And I will let a professional do highlights because I know that I can't do,
Right.
even if I could do this part, I can't do that part. So, yeah.
Well, if I don't go get my hair cut now, it's almost a month over, and the side of my hair is getting big.
Well, that I would probably play with. I would probably be like, oh, I need this part trimmed, and I'd go with the. I might even use my multi-pack scissors and try that.
Oh,
I gave a review for Amazon. I'm like, buy the multi-pack and let your family use them and save your shears for yourself.
we have a sharpening shop here, and I want to go do my pink and shears. I have two very old pairs of pink and shears that don't cut, so I'd like to go and have them sharpened. I don't know how much they're going to charge me though.
In New York City, they used to have push carts going down the street, and they actually had a scissor guy. And my family used to tell me stories like that, like, oh, the scissor guy used to come down the street, and
Oh, that's cool.
out with our knives and our scissors, and they would sharpen them. I'm like, and I'm like, and did he have a horse-drawn cart? I mean, come on.
I can buy a multi-pack, and the next day I can't find them.
Well, that's why I bought 3 multi-packs.
Well,
and
Sean
I have
likes
scissors everywhere.
Right. Sean likes scissors, and it's particular scissors. Like if he puts it in his hand and he likes it, it's gone.
I would go in his room and
and then
I'd say, you can have 2. Give me the rest.
Yeah. Well, Maria will use a pair of scissors to cut her eyelashes. Not real eyelashes, her fake eyelashes.
Oh my God.
And those are gone. Then, Thomas will use one to trim his beard before he.
Well, go on Temu and then buy, like, they must have the multi-packs for really cheap.
I just bought a multi-pack from Walmart. These lovely blue scissors so that Chelsea can have a pair to put in her little sewing kit.
They're taking the yard waste right now as we speak. I love that I live in a town sometimes. Now, nobody uses their sewing scissors. I know. I have shears that
I don't sew anymore.
to my
so
grandfather. They can't. Nobody can touch them. When people are opening up plastic, I live with one person. When people are opening up packaging or cutting off tags from things with my shears that are designed for cloth, my heart goes, ugh. I freaks me out. Don't use my good scissors. It's right. You have good scissors for a reason. I feel like you should have hair scissors and cloth scissors and paper scissors, and then the ones that you cut open the box, like the packaging from stuff you get at Amazon. And those are the ones you buy that are like $1 each or $1.50
Right.
each.
Oh, look, I have some just like it.
Twinsies. I have my grandfather's shears. I almost want to say, like, I could do like a whole show on showing my shears. Some of them are big and heavy, but like, I think it's kind of cool that scissors have been around. Maybe like as they're older than me and they're still around working. I think that's fantastic. They don't make things like they used to.
You're right. They don't.
They
Not
don't.
at all.
And I don't know why. I think of, like, I know you like certain things that what do you say that you collect around the house that you like pens? I like scissors. I have a real weird thing about scissors. I mean, I think that when I move, if I put them all in a box, I could fill a really big box.
That'll be very heavy.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. That's about. I would be happy to throw away a few of them, but like, I have a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that sharpening shop. It's been there forever.
Well,
And see.
get
how
to
much
it
we
before it
can
goes
charge.
out of business. I hate to say that it'll go out of business,
Oh,
but
they've been there forever. And they sharpen blades and stuff for like businesses also.
hunters. Yeah,
Yeah.
we.
But like no, I'm talking like big blades for machines and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh, he has
Oh
tons
really?
of scissors from the storage unit. I run with them, and I think everybody should run with Wild Abandon. Yes, I
Don't
do.
run with those scissors.
Yes, that's
Yes.
what I gave it Amazon.
Don't hand anybody the scissors. Buy this.
I said, I go fill up your house with scissors and run with Abandon.
Right. It's like don't do this when you hand somebody scissors. Do it that way.
Well,
And,
yeah. And have you ever trimmed like your bangs and like cut your hand because your scissors are so sharp? That's like a tongue twister. Scissors
Yeah,
are
your
so
scissors
sharp.
are sharp. You got sharp scissors.
Your scissors are so sharp. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. Well, this is fun and entertaining for people.
that's right. I mean,
This is why, tens and tens of people come to hear about scissors and my fascination with
are you over 10? Now stop. You don't have tens, but you have
I
10.
have tens of
Plus
fans.
6.
Come on.
There you go. Oh, God, Precious. Say hello,
I know
Precious.
dogs like me, but they can't they don't know how to work the computer.
I know.
Hi, Precious. Look at how cute you
Look,
are.
her face is starting to grow out.
Pretty soon she's going to need another haircut. And then what
I
do you
know.
do?
Precious looks so sad, doesn't she?
No. She looks content, I think. But she has like the coloring of like either like an old man with like white eyebrows and a white beard, or maybe like a raccoony kind of thing.
I don't know. They say you look like your dog. Do we look alike?
No, but she's cute. I'm not saying you're not.
They're saying you're cuter than me, but it's okay.
She's cute.
Oh God, I don't feel very entertaining today.
You don't always have to be.
No, I don't mean that.
Always, what are you supposed to do? Dance? See?
No, I don't know. I don't feel very bubbly today.
Someone's crying downstairs, like dog crying.
I was gonna say, I hope it's not Tony, because he's the only someone.
I've seen him get a little kind of choked up, but I've never seen him cry. It's weird.
Well, Jane, it's because her ears are on the side of her head and they stick out. See, she's half Bichon and half
Pomeranian.
And Pomeranians' little ears stick up, but they're usually on the top of their head sticking up. And I think the Bichon ears on the side and they're supposed to hang, but her, they got a little confused.
She looks like she got messed up in the dog factory.
Yeah.
A little bit. She's cute.
She says, I'm sitting right here.
I honestly though, I would like to have a little. I think I always wanted like a little lap dog. She's really cute. And and I said I think I want to get another small dog, and I came home with Norton. He was very small when I got him.
Well, yeah. I mean, he was small, so.
But I just had no idea that his head would be the size of his whole body was.
Right.
When he was a puppy. So
Marie had to take a dog on puppy or doggy day out. It was an old pit bull that nobody wants to adopt because he's got arthritis.
That sounds like I would like a job like that, I think.
So they'll take like one day a week.
Doggy
somebody gets a dog to do doggy day out, and they take them to the park and different things.
I hear humans. A human's coming up the stairs. Good to have creaky stair.
Wait, did she just say humans?
Well, I did.
One.
Well, but he was being followed by a dog. More than one.
I hear you. You think
sometimes, when he goes up and down, he makes the same creaks as a human. And I can't tell. Are you coming back? You're coming back over here. Why? Oh, my brother said not to leave. Baby came back. Alright, you left again. He's an attention seeker. Right? Come here. Come say hi, everybody. Come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. Come on up. Come.
I know that's usually the case, Teresa. So they told her dog would be a medium-sized dog, and he's twice that.
Well, I knew people who worked for a very big adoption site from here, and they said they always tell people if they have no idea and they know it's going to be large. They said it's going to be around 50 pounds, is what they say, even if it's going to be 200. They don't. They were told to say that. So he's medium, 50 pounds at the most, and
you keep shrinking or something.
What?
I think you keep getting lower and lower.
Well, I'm sitting on pillows. Maybe my big ass is.
Hold on. All right. Does that help?
Yeah. Now
Okay.
we look even.
Okay.
Like I said, sitting on pillows over time, my butt is like I'm crushing it. For all I know, the chair is splaying, and pretty soon it's gonna say, "Yo, lady, lose some weight."
That's funny.
I don't want your big butt on me. Oh well.
I have a headache.
Well, take something.
I did. I took a Nurtec. I took it when I got in from.
So how about the dizzy stuff? How's that going? Let's talk about
2 days this week. It was really bad. So Monday. Was it Monday? Yeah, Monday. Was that this Monday or last? I don't know. But I was going to my booth and I couldn't drive because I was so dizzy.
I think that was this week.
So then I thought, well, maybe I took the wrong medicine again, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
So I was slurring my speech. I almost fell. So I called not Teresa. I called Saturday. Teresa says it was Saturday. So I called Sabrina and asked her if she was going to go to the booth because I would bum a ride because I couldn't drive. So she said, yeah, sure. So she comes to pick me up. And I go to bring the stuff in the car. I almost fell. So we get down the road and I'm like, the car thing was making it worse. And she goes, oh, hell no. We're going home. So she took me home. I slept from that morning or about, I don't know if it was noon or whatever, till like almost 8 o'clock that night and went right back to sleep. So 2 days this week, it's not like spinning like vertigo dizzy. It's like my head feels like if I turn my head or anything, it's like the room kind of goes with it, but I don't know how to explain it. And then my balance is really poor and I feel like I'm slurring words. So that happened twice. So my husband's like, call the doctor. And I'm like, no, I'm going to see the neurologist on Thursday. Well, my neurology appointment's next Thursday. So anyway, so I guess I'll call him so it happened twice, 2 times more. So I'm going to call him if it happens one more time. Today I just have a migraine brewing. Like this light on my camera is like hurting. So I'll turn that off.
I have feeling like the allergies from the trees sprouting is really getting in my head.
And that could be too, because we have so much stuff in the air here. But it's everywhere.
It is concerning. I've been really concerned, and I thought the day that was really happening, that you couldn't even like just walk into the car.
Well,
you were.
I still don't remember if I took my nighttime medicines, but the thing that concerns me is even if I took my nighttime medicines, it doesn't make me, because I can get up at night when I take my nighttime medicines.
So that's why you should have gone to the emergency room or an urgent care.
I know. But I see Dr. Monat, but he's so testy, like test kind of doctor.
Oh. I was like, closing my eyes. But you mean like he's
He
passing
like,
the buck to say like,
oh,
oh,
go do this. Let me
now we got to
take.
do an EEG, and we have to do in.
He's very thorough, and I really love him, and he's very concerning. But then sometimes he just piles more medicine on me, and I don't want any more medicine. And then when I say that, sometimes I feel like he thinks I'm being non-compliant ish.
Okay, is that what they think? Because I used to tell my doctor that all the time, and she said, if you don't lose weight, you're gonna have a heart attack, and then you'll need 10 more medicines. And I'm like,
Right. And so I don't want him to think I'm non-compliant. I'm totally not non-compliant. However,
do they have doctors that are called medicine doctors that coordinate the amounts, like
they
all the
do
different
for geriatric patients. Stop
Well,
it.
theoretically,
Shh.
they were saying like we're kind of geriatric. I think like if you have a pregnancy over 35, they call you geriatric. I mean, we're kind of geriatric at this
I
point.
think once you hit 60, technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I go places and they don't even ask if I want the senior citizen discount. They just give it to me. Right, Teresa?
She forgot how old she was. See, this is a sign of
Because in
concern.
my brain, I'm not.
Well, that don't matter. But I'm saying if you can't remember how old you are.
I do. I'll be 62 this year. You're going to be 63? Then I'll be 62.
No, I'm still at the year of 62. I don't feel like it. If that'll happen on January 1st, then I'll be looking forward to my.
Right. I still can't remember.
Rolling my eyes.
This morning.
This is insane.
My short-term memory is very poor.
You have to. Yeah. You have to tell them I'm on this, and this. And these are new symptoms. What do you think is happening? Is it me, or is it the meds, or is it? Do you have a lot of CO2 in your house? Are you getting poisoned by carbon monoxide and you don't even know? Usually you have to figure it out.
And somebody said, "Oh, did you do your vape?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't done my vape in like 2 days." You see, and I
wow, good on you. Congratulations.
So I may hit it today because of my headache, but
Jane seems young. And Robin, I don't know. I don't know if I know what you look like, but that little picture that's like 1/10 of an inch, you look fantastic.
And it's like I told my sister one day, I'm like, we're the old people now.
Yep.
I mean, my mom's still here, but like we're still the old people. Like,
well, in my circle, we really, really are the old people. Like everybody's been gone forever, like it seems.
Right. Well, my PCP listens. He really does. And then when I cry, he gives me a hug. And he'll pray with me. But he really does listen to, and he'll tell me, well, then you need to talk to your neurologist about this. And then sometimes I think he might get a little hurt that I have the other night. But he's not, because he goes, well, you want me to order this for you? I mean, I used to work with him for nurse doctor. So he's like, you want me to order this? And then I'm like, no, because, I don't want to step on my endocrinologist's toes. And because she's very kind and very thorough. All of my doctors are very thorough, but I think we need to have a meeting together. All of us together.
My doctor like something happened in the last 2 years, and I don't know. I think they were bought out by a hospital chain, and they're not a private practice anymore. And they have rules that like you have to come in every 3 months for medicine re-ups, and don't lance anything, and don't I think like all they want you to do is like they'll look in your, I want to say, holes, and then basically go home.
Right.
And they used to do stuff that they don't do. Like he'll look at my ear and he goes, "Oh, you have a little wax in your ear." It's like, take it fucking out. Oh. They don't even do it. They don't do nothing.
Beep.
They don't do nothing. They don't do anything anymore.
Right.
Except tell you to go to a different doctor.
Maybe you should think about another doctor who does listen to you, because that's so frustrating when you go to the doctor and they don't.
I swear, when I went to the hospital a month ago, they said that they would send reports to my doc. I haven't heard back from them at
Yeah.
all. I mean, they don't care. They don't.
Right.
They
See,
don't.
now all my doctors belong to the same system. So they can go in and see everywhere I went. They'll see all my labs. So the only one who's not is my neurologist, but he sends everything to my PCP. So, you know,
They don't care so much. I mean, they can look. I think that they're
no,
trying to
I
squeeze.
already do because when, like, my mom, I make sure and bring her to that same. We belong to Oxnard, and all of her. I kept them all in one area. So, like when I go here, he goes, "Oh, I see you have this done and that done." Like her rheumatologist reads what the pain doctor said, and the pain doctor says, "Okay, I see the rheumatologist did this." So they are really good about that. Or if they didn't look, I'll say, "Hey, look, check the report from this doctor because she saw them." So that does help by everybody being in the same system. So definitely.
See, what Teresa's saying is what's going on around here. It's like if they used to see 4 patients in an hour, now they're trying to squeeze like 8 to 10.
Yeah, they
And
do.
it's like, so they're always double booked.
Mm-hmm.
It seems.
Now I can tell you, my neurologist, if you have to wait an hour for your appointment, if you need 2 hours, he will give you 2 hours. That's why he's always behind. But they do tell you call before your appointment to see if he's running late. And if he is, they'll say, "Oh, can you come in at," instead of 1, they'll say, "Can you come in at 2:15?" And when you get there, your appointment is still where it was supposed to, like you're still in that line. You didn't fall out of line because you didn't come in at that appointment time. But he will give you what time you need. My PCP will give you what time you need. you know so I am great. And even my endocrinologist, they all, I've been blessed with good doctors as far as that goes, but I do need to have a sit down, really heart to heart sit down. I just don't want my neurologist to say, "Oh, go have this test, go have that test."
Are there any tests they do right there on the spot? I mean, like,
He does, he won't do it on the spot, but he'll make me come back. But he does his own EEGs in his office. um I don't know. I'm just, I don't know. And I don't want to cry. So, although I was talking to one doctor, and he says, if you think you have Alzheimer's, you don't. Because people who have Alzheimer's
well,
don't
what
know that.
about calling the nurse or him ahead of time saying, I'm having these symptoms. So if you think I need that
Right.
EEG,
Yeah,
can
I
you
have
give
a good
me enough
rapport.
time for it next Thursday?
Yeah,
So
I have a good rapport with this nurse. So I'll call Jennifer today. Her name is Jennifer. I'll call her today and just let her know what's going on.
something's happening. Ribbons that like
Right.
they're coming out my sleeve.
Ooh, they're escaping.
Yeah, they're trying to leave.
I'm glad you got the message about the color for today.
What do you mean? The black background with the white.
Yeah, black and white. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can color coordinate. Although I'm looking at myself and looking at you, and I'm like, you definitely look like you go out in the sun more than me.
Well, I mean, it says it's 68, but when I go outside, it feels like it's about 80.
Okay. Well, I feel I'm like cold and then I'm hot instantly. But I went out on the deck yesterday for a few minutes and I came in and I already started itching like I got a bug bite. And I'm like,
Aw.
they love me.
The only time I get like cold is in Walmart. Oh my God. Do they not get the memo that it was cooler this weekend? Or, it's like it's about 50 degrees in there always.
Well, that's another thing that happens
Yeah,
here.
we do get more sun than you, Teresa.
I mean,
I have pants on though, but not shorts, so that should count for something.
when we used to eat out back in the day, I used to bring a coat with me, which sounds silly, but it's
No,
not.
I do.
I'm wrapping myself with
Like if I would go to the store
napkins.
today, I would bring like my little jean jacket with me for in the store because I would be chilly. But
I almost when I used to go to movies a lot, I would bring clothes. I mean, like a coat.
yeah,
But I mean, now I probably want to bring a quilt.
oh no,
Yeah, that's tough.
yeah. Some of those nurses are like barracudas, and they think they run the whole show.
How come like I'm now sending I used to send emails to my doctor and he would answer them. He has not answered one email lately. It's always one of the people who works in a place. And then they say to me, "You have to make an appointment." And I'm like, that never used to happen. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't think he's seen any of them. We had like a nice rapport going. I love my
Right.
doctor back in
My
the day.
PCP, I can send him a message at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. I know he's going to answer it like at 2 in the morning.
It's yeah, you have I feel like it's always a good idea, especially it's always a good idea to have extra clothes no matter what.
But I sent them a message on my mom's, which this doctor usually responds, and she'll respond personally herself, but she hasn't, and it was a very serious deal. I think my mom had a reaction or is having, and I haven't given it to her again, but it's not Humira, it's something else like Humira injection, and she's like having a reaction to that. So I mean, I'm not giving it to her anymore, but she's just real unsteady and nervous. Like her anxiety level is through the roof. And I think a lot of it, and she didn't start getting like that till like a few days after she was on that med.
I was just reading Jane's message. It's a shame. But okay.
Yeah.
I went to the hospital last month and they've been sending me on my phone texts about how much money I owe them. And now they started a call. So it's come around. They're hunting me down.
Carol, just send them a little bit.
Thousands.
They'll back off.
They charge $16,000 for. They charge my insurance $16,000 for me going to the emergency room for. Okay, I was there for 4 hours. 2 hours they didn't even talk to me, so I feel like those 2 hours shouldn't count. It was just the 4 hours.
Right.
2
Well,
hours.
when Garrett fell a few weeks ago, I'm so glad that goes on company dollar because
Yep.
you know, because they put 2 stitches in his lip. So that'd probably be $1,000 a stitch. You know?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I need to know what day it is. Yeah. And remember you said just send them like 10 a week and they can't do, or a month and they can't do anything. They're asking for.
Oh, I know.
There
But
is
as long as you send something.
hundreds.
And did you know that medical cannot affect your credit score anymore?
Yeah, I honestly, I wonder if I'm gonna. I hope I don't get to the point where I need loans for things, but
It doesn't affect it. But you know, Jane, it's sad that we have to get ugly for them to listen sometimes. Because you pay for a service that they're providing and they forget that you're paying for that service.
well, back in the day, my insurance didn't cover the doctor that I have now, and so I had to switch to a new one. Boy, hey, she was horrible person, but I mean, like there were times when they said like, "Oh, you need a procedure," and so we will schedule it for you, kind of the thing, and then 2 weeks or 3 weeks went by, and I said, "What's going on? When's my MRI?" And they're like, "Well, we can't make an MRI appointment for you." And I'm like thinking, "That's what he said you would." He goes, "Well, we don't know when you're free." And I'm like, "It would have been nice if y'all told me that when I was here before."
Right.
But I had it already. Anyway, I mean, all of the doctors in the practice I'm using now, they're all very nice, but it's like treat 'em, street 'em. You know, if they can get you in and out in 10 minutes, they're like,
Right.
woo-hoo. I don't know. It's all billable hours, billable everything. You know, I hate
Billable hours, but they make your appointment like it's like only 10 minutes long.
Right.
Some of them.
Yeah. Well, I never said anything about my other doctor except to her receptionist, and I don't think she's working there anymore. But she's like, I'm very sorry that her thing. I mean, she sent me packing 2 times when I ended up needing surgery. So I feel like that's kind of malpractice-y. You know, one time she literally out loud said, if you're going to complain about one more thing, you need to make another appointment because I don't have time to listen to all your aches and pains. And I was like,
wow, that's not. Oh, precious.
it's completely horrifying that some medical doctor could say. And then that one time when, you know, I was experiencing metabolic issues, she's like, you just have to lose weight. Stop eating.
Damn.
She goes, you think I don't want like sometimes 2 sandwiches? I have 1. And I'm like thinking, what do you think I eat? But never mind. It like,
right?
Ooh, horrible. I mean, she was going through a divorce, but don't take it out on me. But now I know why you're getting a divorce, because you're a nasty ass. But they charged you $25?
That's sad.
Yeah, that is sad.
I mean, yeah, I've been where they don't even touch you. Like, you know, they don't listen to you. Your breath sounds, they don't. But yet, if you go back and read the report, it's all filled out. Like what your breath sounds were, what your ear looked like.
And they didn't touch you? I'm wondering in the hospital, like, because there was one time when the doctor poked her head in and I was standing up because I felt really uncomfortable laying down. She goes, oh, you look better. And she left. And I'm like, did she charge my insurance $300 for like saying that to me?
Mm-hmm. Probably. Like, that was part of that 16,000.
But I know that there was one line on the bill. I didn't see the whole bill, but that said 2 cents. And I'm like, how is that possible that they even bothered to put down a 2-cent charge? What would that 2 cents have been for?
Right.
It was probably for her medical opinion, but that's the point.
I guess our peeps don't like that we talking about medical because it went down to 12.
That's fine. Somebody's probably like, there's probably is somebody else on? Is there a auction or something? People ran.
Yes, they chart how good you look. Exactly. Not the fact that you can't walk in there on your own accord or, you know, this is crazy.
Yeah.
The medical profession is not what it used to be.
You know, when they give you that scale, how much in pain are you from a scale of 1 to 10? And I'm like, there are times when I am a 3, but it crescendos to like a 12, and I didn't draw that home. So I was trying to say, well, they must think I'm an exaggerator if I say I'm in a 9 pain. So I said I'm in like a 7, 6, 7, and because they say like 10's the worst pain you ever had, and I'm like, but there was times when I was.
But they don't
crying.
Realize a person with chronic pain can take so much more pain than a person who is not a chronic pain person. If that makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
like what you may say is a 5, somebody who doesn't have chronic pain would be screaming that it's a 10.
Yeah, you're right.
You just get used to it.
But like I said, I know when they think that people are like seeking, you know, I wasn't even seeking pain management pain. Like I wasn't seeking a drug. I was just seeking like do a test on me so that you could see without me having if I went to my general practitioner, then they would first say, go get an MRI. That could take like 2 weeks. And I just wanted it done.
Right. Yeah. You see, that's what Glenn says. 10 is his 3 because you get so used to it that you're able to tolerate it where other people can't. So it's hard to answer that scale.
That scale's like, it's almost useless.
It's like, do you want me to answer it like my neighbor would answer it? Or, somebody, I don't know. It's just, I'm not saying my neighbors don't have pain. I don't know. But I just,
Yeah, and then someone said to me that what did he say? He said something that was like, I felt was really disrespectful in a way, like, that I don't tolerate pain well. And I'm thinking, how do you know how I tolerate anything? You're not in my body.
right. And he sees you for 10 minutes, maybe.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm in pain when I do stuff. So I try to avoid doing the stuff that makes me have the pain. So I don't know. So then I think you're just a lazy complainer. All right. So how about this? It's now nearly 11 o'clock. Once you say you're going to say goodbye to everybody leaves. But we're going to probably
yeah, I've got so much to do. I got to go finish getting packages off.
And I hope everybody who's in pain feels better. And I hope that if you don't feel some relief, that you find it somehow. And, I hope at least emotionally everybody's hanging in.
Right.
So have a great week, and we'll see you next week on your channel.
I know. On my channel. What's today? Thursday. Tomorrow, Dawn Steals with Yawn Again. So we will be on at 3 Eastern, 2 Central. So hope to see you guys there. And y'all have a good day too. All right.
All right. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, thank you for coming. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
How many